Quick disclaimer, this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing here should be considered financial advice. Always do your own research and understand the risks before investing.
Yeah, hello and welcome back to another Bitcoin update. So, nothing too crazy. It's the weekend, low volume, kind of what we were expecting from the last video. Really quickly, I kind of simplified the chart a little bit more. Same thing as last time. So far, we were tracking this C wave to the downside, in which it should take place in A, B, C to the downside after we had this corrective bounce that we have been tracking, where we would essentially get one more low to test this support region. We had multiple support zones, and the upper support zone did break. So we added on to this lower support region as well, where we can possibly get that B wave corrective bounce before we head lower in that C wave. And I marked up here, it's still possible that we do get an all-time high on the Bitcoin chart if we do break through resistance, and even this B wave here could even break through resistance and get us that all-time high, and we could still head lower after that. But our thing is, we aren't guaranteed just because we haven't had a 5-wave move up. In this move so far, it's only a 1, 2, 3 wave move, where it's totally possible that we still do just get rejected and we head for that 55,000 area in which we were talking about in the last few videos, before we can start that larger corrective bounce and then possibly head lower after that. Obviously, all this is just speculation right now, but I thought it would be important to note that as well, as something that could still be playing out. And as of right now, with only a 3-wave move up, that remains more probable to happen until we get that 5-wave move up in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for our first indication. And then obviously once we can start breaking these swing highs, then we can obviously start to track that this B wave has indeed started. With this B wave, our resistance is between 85,588 to 112,158. B waves, they're going to be really tricky to track for this chart, so it's totally possible that we just quickly touch this resistance zone before we head lower in that C wave, but it's also totally possible that we even get that all-time high before we head lower. Now, no specific target yet for this, but typically with Bitcoin is sometimes it just likes to track some of these swing highs or can get close to it, and sometimes these corrective bounces after all-time highs were placed in for Bitcoin. So it's totally possible that with this rally we just go back to that corrective high which we got back in January, which was around 98,000, before we get rejected and head lower as well. So that's totally possible as well, just because if we're looking at past scenarios and past markets and the past cycles for Bitcoin, that is typically what took place as well. Now, below this trend line in which we have tracking, we will obviously add a support region for that as well in case we do break below it. But as of right now, we are just kind of sitting and waiting on a low volume weekend to see if Bitcoin can get that 5th wave move up, or whether we start to head lower. If we do indeed get that 5-wave move up, it's totally possible that we do start to track and get some of these swing highs in which we formed on the Bitcoin chart, where we can possibly target the 80,000 level of this swing high, and maybe even the one more at 84,000 right here as well. Otherwise, if we do not get that 5-wave move up, or maybe we do get that 5-wave move up, it's totally possible that we still get rejected and head lower. So we will just have to wait and see and let time do its thing. But yeah, that's pretty much everything for this video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.